what is he personally expecting out of these two. And then the Titans had handed over the reins to Marcus Mariota, another rookie quarterback who was going to get the starting job. And what do you expect out of the former Oregon Ducks quarterback in his first year? Nice. All right, let's start with the Colts and Andrew Luck. They broke my heart last year. As Kevin sat there and his family sat there and watched me in misery as they was kind of grinning and smiling and laughing. I took this hard, but Andrew Luck and them did advance to the AFC championship game.
Where they took an animal.
Where, flip side, they got smashed, but...
their balls handed to
them. So, great year for
their balls deflated. All the air got sucked out of them.
Great year for Andrew Luck and everything like that. So, talk about Andrew Luck and what did you see from him?
The best player, good quarterbacks make your whole team better. He's the number one thing for that. Good quarterbacks take a mediocre team and make them 1,000 times better. But there you go. He's your prime example. And now they add two really old pieces that are still going to be solid for him, but they're two really old pieces. Indianapolis went into we need to get him help now and we need to win it now mode with getting these old pieces. So getting him them guys and everything just helps him out in the long run. Plus, he just makes everybody that much better.
He was called by Frank Gore recently a gift from the football gods. But Andrew Luck is...
No, Frank's Gore gift from the football gods was getting him the hell out of San Francisco before it blew the hell up. That's what his gift was. No one else. That was his gift.
Well, Frank Gore was smart. He got out there and ran quickly, and which we discussed the implosion of the 49ers in the last podcast. But he is in a great situation here with young stud quarterback, 40 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He still get himself a little bit in trouble with some of the interceptions, but it's still learning. I mean, he was 25 years old, and you saw the tools in Stanford where he was going to be a solid quarterback, and how fortunate that the Colts were able to go from one
shut up
to another one.
Yeah, shut up.
So how they can draft and everything like that, but
we can't even get one.
So this kid is the real deal, man, and
he's legit. And Skip Bayless was an idiot.
What do you say?
You don't remember when the draft happened?
Oh,
I'll take RG3 over Andrew Luck any day of the week. Washington won't.
Yeah. Washington will not.
Neither Indy. You're an idiot.
Andrew Luck, man, is we talk about it. He's got new pieces and everything.
He's
like
that guy.
Now their defense, their passing defense was a struggle,
and their run defense sucks. Their defense sucks.
Bad last year.
Their defense sucks, but when you play in the division that they play in, you can get away with it.
They did add a Trent Cole to the linebacker position. He's a little older though, so I don't know how much that would help. But they for a team that was contending, they was 19 overall. Which Kevin said, when you play in the division that you played in, you can get away with that.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, sky's the limit for Andrew Luck, and we'll see how far he can take this team even more in his fourth year. So then you go from one magnificent player to the other one. Man, y'all got a lot of players in our division, man.
Shut up.
Like, don't remind me. J.J. Watt, 20 and a half sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 78 tackles, and 19 of those were assists, 1 defensive touchdown, and 3 offensive touchdowns. Was in discussion for an MVP. And this is without, and I know you probably going to be like, what? Without Jadeveon Clowney. So, which was their number 1 pick the year before. So, I mean, what do you think about his season? Can he duplicate this? What's the biggest mystery about this Houston Texans team?
Biggest mystery is they don't have no quarterback. Hoyer is their starting quarterback. Hoyer. Sink in a little bit. Hoyer.
And Mal was upset that he lost his job if you haven't watched Hard Knocks.
I don't give a crap about Hard Knocks because the Houston Texans are on Hard Knocks. I don't care about the Houston Texans. I despise the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans can suck my left nut.
This was a team that went through, 5,000 quarterbacks last year?
I don't like none of them.
To be honest, they went to 4 quarterbacks.
Oh, goody. They lost Arian Foster, too.
Yeah, Arian Foster.
Good.
You can tell he root for a team in his division, right, ladies and gentlemen? So this team is starting off a little rough with the injuries, but you still got one of the best players in the game on the defense side of the ball to control things. So we'll see how far they can go with J.J. Watt and others and everything like that. So, all right. Well, Mr. Bortles is getting a new toy in Julius Thomas, even though he is starting off with the injury in which finger?
I don't know. It's in his damn hand, and now he's got a ligament damage in his hand, and now he's got to get it. They don't know if he's got to go and get surgery on it or not. They said the minimal he'll be out. If he doesn't get surgery, he may be back pretty soon. If he gets surgery, he'll be out until Game 4. So I'm like, just get the dang surgery and be done with it.
Is he supposed to be back before week 1?
No. They said if he doesn't get surgery, they think he may be back for week 1. They don't know yet. They're getting a second opinion tomorrow. I say get the damn surgery and be back in week 4. Just don't hurt yourself and don't put anything into that more of a situation that we need somebody else hurt.
Yeah.
We're cursed as it is. We don't need somebody else hurt permanently.
Yeah, and this has got to be, I know, a setback for you because you've been seeing the progression of Blake in the preseason.
The thing I've been seeing the progression of the most is the offensive line is actually protected, which is one of the biggest things going into the offseason that I gave the most shits about. I said I wanted them to go get offensive linemen and them to protect. Blake Bortles took an ass whooping last year. An ass whooping. He was sacked 55 times. They gave up a total of 71 sacks. He got his ass whooped last year. My main concern was getting that offensive line done. You got that offensive line. Mind you don't build a lot off the preseason. I don't go ape shit about it. Mind you, they have looked tremendously better in the offseason. Blake has looked really good in the offseason. But again, it's defenses that are vanilla. They're not doing what they do in the regular season. Against Detroit was bringing blitzes and stuff, and they were picking it up. And they moved the ball very effectively. But I cannot build, myself, I cannot go ape shit over what I see in the preseason. But he does look poised, and he doesn't look like his head spinning like it was last year when he was put into it.
Gotcha. Yeah, from the couple games I know when I went to the first preseason game, he had a pass in the middle that was Ryan Amani. And you can definitely see progression there with Bortles and the team there. So Jacksonville has the right to have some optimism when it comes to this team. You just got to get your new toy healthy, man.
Yes, the new toy definitely gets healthy, and we have to find somewhere where we're going to get a pass rush. The Jags have to find a pass rush. And we haven't gotten to the quarterback at all this year. The secondary sometimes is having to cover too long, so we still got a lot of kinks we got to get out. But I think things will get there. We just got to get guys healthy and get them coming back. We got to get T.J. Yeldon into the mold, get him running the ball well. Denard Robinson has looked pretty good. There you go, Steve. I've said it. Denard Robinson has looked pretty good. He's not the best running back on the roster. The best running back on the roster actually has to be a running back. Denard is not there yet. He's got more tendencies that he's looking more and more like a running back as he goes along. Toby Gerhart is going to be our bruiser, so when we need those 3rd and 1, 3rd and short things, he's going to be the guy we give the ball to. So he's going to knock it in there, and he's looked really good in the preseason. Mind you, I don't take a lot of things from it, but you've seen a push with him during the preseason when he comes in and just barrels his way in there. So you got a lot of good things going for you, and the good thing is during this offseason when you have to cut people that are actually pretty good and are going to land on other teams, that's when you know you're getting better. And that's how we know we're getting better is we're actually going to have to cut guys that were starters and were helping us build this team up. And that's now we actually have a little depth at places.
Good to hear, man. All right, so let's move. You want to speak on Scobie or no?
Bye. It sucks. I understand why they do it, why they're doing it. He was making $3 million this year. He wasn't on contract for next year, so I do understand the logic behind going with him and going against a young guy. I just question going to a young guy that came out of Marist that only made 63% of his field goal. That's what I question. I question, do you really want to put this kid into, okay, here's a 50-yarder to win the game with 3 seconds left. Is your head in the game enough to do that? Where with Scobie, we knew that he was going to come out there and he wasn't worried a lot that he was going to nail it. People were like, well, he was kicking low. Yeah, he also had a line blocking for him that was letting people bum rush right in his face, too. So a lot of things with kickers are if you get in your head that your line's not going to do what they're supposed to do. It goes into how your kicking style is, and it goes into what you're thinking about.
Right.
If you got one less thing to think about, you're going to do well.
Definitely agree. All right, and I know Scobie's your boy, so I want to hear your piece on him. So we won't talk too much about it, but let's move forward and let's discuss the new toy that the Tennessee Titans got in Marcus Mariota. And once again, you have put this disclaimer out here a million times. You don't take into consideration of preseason, but what's your thoughts about this young guy and what do you expect?
Well, he's looked like doo-doo some games, and he's looked good other games. He's going to have a rookie quarterback type season. Same thing we said about Jameis Winston. He's going to have the same thing going on over there too.
Yeah,
it's going to be the same thing.
This team here, you look at some of their positions. Sankey is a young running back. He's still their roster's worse than our roster. I can say that with confidence that their roster is worse than our roster. Yeah, they still got a lot of holes in their roster.
Yeah, a lot, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
and there's not a lot of weapons on their offensive side of the ball as well. So they've got a lot to. They're like us, and they've got a lot of figuring out to do.
Yeah, typical rookie season for him. He's gonna have some up and downs. He's gonna have some good games, and it's gonna be a learning experience for him. And as we spoke about Jameis in the last podcast, for both of the rookie quarterbacks, so we should see how this goes here for him, and expect to be just lose a lot, man. But you gotta learn from him and see can you pick yourself up. So this division here, which matchup are you eager to watch?
Colts and the Jaguars. It's always a good game. It's always a fun game, and those are the two teams I gave a crap about. Houston, they can go to hell.
The games for me to watch is going to be the Colts and the Texans. I just want to see the J.J. Watt versus the Andrew Luck and see how that performs out to be. That's always fun to watch. So that's my matchup here. And give me your – we both agree on the division one, right?
I think the Colts will still win it because they got arguably the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah.
The Jaguars actually have the second best quarterback in the division right now.
Yeah.
And I can say that if you're confident.
Yes, you can.
Brian Hoyer sucks. And Marcus Mariota is a rookie. Mm-hmm. Unless Marcus Mariota comes out there and throws for 4,000 yards and runs for another 1,000 and does all kinds of – he's going to be running.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me, he's going to be running.
As someone put it earlier, the Colts have their quarterback of the future, the Jags have their quarterback of the future, and the Titans have their quarterback of the future. But the Texans are still trying to find their quarterback.
The Texans just have a quarterback somewhere.
Just a quarterback somewhere. So, yeah, Andrew Luck in this division. And I got him in the division here. You want to give me a personal opinion on the Jags season? Since I know this is your squad here.
Probably 7 wins. I'd be happy with 7 wins or 500. It's 7 to 500. It's either going to be 7 or 8. I think we're going to be somewhere in that range. I think we're going to do better than